Hey guys, this is Barber Town and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. So in this video I wanted to carry on my series of completing the OG Goku event missions. So in our last video we completed the Fusion team. Now we're going to be moving on to the POTARA team. Now again, we're not going to be focusing on no items or anything like that. It's just going to be a case of showing you what teams that I use to beat these challenging or difficult events, what teams you could use as well. Where possible, I'll try and include free-to-play options. There aren't really great free-to-play options of the POTARA team, though. But yeah, that was the Fusion team that we used in our last video. Let's go and have a look at POTARA. Shouldn't be too hard. There's a lot of good POTARA units. POTARA was the first team I ever used to beat this event as well. In terms of who you want to bring as a lead, POTARA here, like 3-year LR, still solid option to be honest. I forgot Kale and Caulifla are on here now. The AGL Kale and Caulifla aren't though. Might link well with Super Saiyan 2 Keflo, who I haven't used against this event in ages. You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm just thinking of my rotations as well. So I'm gonna go with you and you as one rotation. I'm gonna switch it up a bit. I think I am gonna go for the Kefla and Kale and Caulifla as my other rotation. I'll go for Blue Super Saiyan or Blue Super Saiyan. I'll go for Blue Fusion Vegito. He's not. Actually, I'm going to reconsider that because the last enemy in this fight is in, so we will have type disadvantage. I will go for Physical Vegito Blue though. Amazing counter unit. If anything, I might probably have him on rotation instead of Int Vegito or Int Goku and Vegeta, just because his counters are absolutely lethal. In terms of who I want in the next phase, I think I'll bring AGL Super Vegito as well. Again, another counter unit. He can raise attack and defense for, I think it's just attack actually. Let's go have a look. Yeah, raises allies attack by 35% for one turn. He's probably going to be a floater for me, to be honest, but always worth bringing. And let's filter it by POTARA and see what friendlies we can bring as well. I'll take the rainbow one of you. I can't believe mine isn't rainbowed. It's got to have 3 dupes in, surely. 2? How have I not got more dupes? How? In terms of items, I'll go with my just normal items that I would bring here. I tend to bring 2 damage reductions and 2 healing items. So Whis is 40% for 2 turns. Icarus is 35% for 2 turns. Android 8 is 80%, 70% health, and 50% defense for 2 turns. And then Princess Snake is 1 turn, 55% heal. And damage reduction of 30% as well. So they're the items I tend to bring. Mouses can be good, also Nurse Chi-Chi's. But this is the team I like to bring. It has the right kind of combination of healing and damage reduction. In terms of a support memory, I probably won't bring one. But for the sake of this, Android 17 and 18 tend to be a good shout. They give you an automatic 18% heal, and then they buff any sibling bond allies you might have. Icarus tends to be a pretty good go-to as well. But yeah, let's jump in. So this is the POTARA team I'll use. So again, my rotations, I want a Kale and Caulifla and Kefla rotation. And then the other, it's going to be a Vegito rotation on the other side. So looking at it, this isn't going to be my, this is going to end up being my Kale and Caulifla rotation. Just realised auto battle was on. Don't want that. Yeah, because Kefla's in slot 7. She's going to be on this rotation next. So, if anything, I'm going to want to float my Kale and Caulifla off to get them on this rotation as well. Like, I'm not envisaging struggling with this. A lot of these units will be able to take care of themselves. It's just watching out for the super attacks. But at this point, we've got so much health that unless it's like AGL Super Vegito getting caught before he supers, which isn't going to happen because he's going to be in slot 3. So this is going to be my Vegito rotation. Physical Vegito is going to be amazing as always. He counters with pretty good damage. He can double or treble super. And yeah, so ideally we want to get his counters after we super, so they're doing more damage. Damn, bear in mind this is like Super Saiyan Goku, like stage 2 of this fight. We just took 152k from a super. We will have to hide this blue Vegito when we get to the STR UI Goku though. He will take a lot of damage from that UI, especially if he gets caught on a super. Kale and Caulifla do tend to look after themselves. I appreciate that, especially a lot of people on Global probably don't have Kale and Caulifla. They are fairly new. They came out, what, 2 months ago? Not even? They came out before Christmas on Global. So, yeah, they're not very old, and they haven't come back since, so a lot of people might not have them. What do we want to do here? So, this is going to be my Kale and Caulifla rotation. I'll float AGL Super Vegito off. I don't have to worry about Int Goku and Vegeta here because they have type advantage. They've got pretty high defense as well. I shouldn't have to worry. Like, this shouldn't be more than 50k maybe. Yeah, 30k. I was not worried in the slightest there. And again, I'm not scared of using items in this run, guys. The whole idea is just to get this stage beat. So I'm showing you guys my ideas regarding team building. I'm also showing you kind of what I'm thinking of when I'm picking my team and rotations, what I'm thinking in-game as well. Who's going to take what damage and that kind of thing. Like, this Kefla post-EZA is so much better. She was on my original POTARA team as well to get this stage done, and it was a struggle. Like, POTARA was my first decent, like, category team where I just had enough units to put a team together. But I think it had, like, Weirus on it as well. Like, it was just a nightmare of a team looking back. But back then, I didn't have anything else I could run. And it was literally a case of I didn't even have the 3-year fusion. I didn't even have them. It was a case of me hoping for the best when I could pick one as a friend, getting them transformed into Vegito and just going for those counters. So when you're under, 50% health from, I think it's like the 6th turn. Yeah, 50% starting from the 6th turn. So yeah, these guys will transform if we take too much damage. We drop under 50% health from the 6th turn onwards. These guys will transform, we'll get a full heal. But when they're in that Vegito form, they again counter all normal attacks. So you just want to load them up with crit and just watch the damage pop off. Okay, so now we've got our girls together. Let's have a quick defense check. So Kale and Caulifla are on 125k defense. That's only going to go up. Like, these guys are, doing double supers. They'll be stacking the whole way as well. They don't link fantastically with Int Goku and Vegeta, but at this point, they are just going to be floaters for me. Hopefully we can trigger transformations and that kind of thing. In terms of who you could use instead of this Kale and Caulifla, like, there's Zamasus that you might be able to run. There's other Vegetos that I haven't brought, like there's Tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. He stacks as well, but he takes a while to stack. And you're going to be doing a lot of damage with this team quite quick. Like, it's hard to go slow on this team. Nice. How much damage is this doing? Over 100k. So we are taking more damage than I would have thought, to be honest. I think that if we get maybe a couple of crits or something from physical Vegito here, we're not even going to actually do a super. I think it's just going to be the counters that finish this Super Saiyan 3 Goku off. But it is about the crits. When you just get a plain counter with no crit, it doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. It's all about the crits. Like, it's not as noticeable now, but it will be when we get towards the last couple of stages. Okay, what do I want to do with the girls? I want as many physical orbs as I can with Kefla. She gains attack and defense per orb, so it really is in our best interest to load her up with as many orbs as we can. It helps that she's a physical orb changer as well. It's probably why she worked alright with Weirus when I was first trying to get this done. Weirus is a double orb changer, and then Kefla also orb changes. So yeah, it's just a match made in heaven, except that they link awfully. POTARA could definitely do with some more buffs though, like when they do revisit, say, Future Saga, for example. Like, we haven't had a blue Vegito, just a standalone blue Vegito in absolutely ages. We've seen where they've gone and done maybe for the current 7-year anniversary on JP, we've seen that they've gone and done a blue Goku and Vegeta from the blue Goku and Vegeta from the Gogeta film. And I say from the Gogeta film, from the Broly film. God, I can't get my words out. But we could potentially see the same thing of a Goku and Vegeta fighting from the Future Saga. We definitely need more Zamasus. We need a solid Rose. Like, there's just so much that's actually missing in Dokkan from that Future Saga. Even if you don't want to go, maybe POTARA, like, we haven't got a standalone, like, decent Spirit Sword Trunks and with those kind of animations. Like, that's all lacking. Like, there's still so much from Future Saga that could happen. And most of the units that you would put on Future Saga, certainly the extreme ones, they're going to be on POTARA as well. Your Zamasus, your Blacks. We've got Goasu and Zamasu, but potentially we could get another Goasu support or something like that. Although I suppose we don't really see him fight. But again, an option for POTARA. We say that we can get Vegetos or Vegito Blues and all that kind of thing as well. Like, that's always going to be option. There's always going to be another Vegito. There's always going to be another Gogeta. So it's one of those reasons. Fusion, like, it's always going to be kind of relevant, but not really relevant. Like, it's really top heavy. Like, if you look at Fusion, outside of Gogeta and Gotenks, Fusion is quite light on the ground, to be honest. Okay, so 251k here for Kale and Khalifa. Let's have a look at Kefla quickly. She stacks defense, which I completely forgot about, so all the supers are definitely going to be helpful. Physical orb key changer, attack and defense plus 20 per key sphere, medium chance of evading an attack, launches an additional that has a high chance of becoming a super, and an additional 60% when we can get 6 or more key orbs. So, yeah, she does a lot. But we've got her 7 key orbs there, so we're going to be getting the most out of her passive there. Time to get serious. Gonna go all out. These girls are good. Like, I'm glad that I pulled them. Even if you don't transform them into Kefla, just another decent stacking unit that, like, they work really well alongside the AGLLR Khalifa. Like, that unit has been... That unit is what? She was topped by Blue Fusions. So, she's been out for, what, 2.5 years on JP? Something like that. She is still amazing. Like... arguably probably not top 10 anymore, but just the amount of stuff she does, it's just incredible. She does so much. They stack defense per super attack. When they're against a pure Saiyan or Universe Survival Saga enemy, they're doing a minimum of 2 or 3 super attacks, so they're getting all those defensive stacks. Then you look at their passive and they start gaining dodge per attack as well. So I think they can go up to like 40, 45, maybe 50% dodge just by attacking. Like, they get up to some superb defensive numbers. They were just ahead of their time. Revolutionary, those girls were. I've just seen what health we're actually sitting on. With this team that we've bought, we're sitting on an easy 600k. So even if we go and take, I don't know, a 500k or a 400k from super from Int UI Goku, It's not the end of the world. So this is where we'll probably be worried a little bit, just because we're going to have type disadvantage. Kefla is going to super before she gets attacked, though. So she's going to get another stack in, a minimum of 1 stack as well. We'll take that. I think even if we get supered, with the amount of health we get, we're not getting absolutely blitzed. Okay, we've been supered in the ideal spot. Yeah, 92k. We'll take that. I think I would have taken more damage than I would have liked if that had been into physical Kefla. These girls are looking good. Their damage will die down a lot when we get into Int UI. But Int UI shouldn't be too hard. We've got some solid physical options. Thigh Kefla is a solid option, especially against Int UI. And then our physical Vegito, the countering Vegito on the other rotation, is just going to, especially if he's getting normal attacked a good couple of times before he attacks, he's just going to be dishing out so much damage. A treble super here from Kefla. Go on, girl. So that's 3 more defensive stacks. And lowered his... I think it was greatly lowered his defense 3 times as well. So, where's the super? So, I don't want physical Vegito getting tagged with a super because it would hurt him a lot. I can see that we're getting attacked a good few times at the end in that last slot as well. Against AGL Super Vegeta, Vegito. You can see his defense there, it's not great. He does reduce damage by a good bit. So attack and defense plus 40 within the same turn after receiving an attack. So he just needs that extra little defense piece. His issue is always that if he gets supered, he's dead. That defense plus 40 doesn't do massive amounts, but it does help. Foresees enemy super attack when you're under 40% health, which is pretty rare to be honest, and damage received from normal attacks minus 80 in counters. So against normals, he's the king. He reduces by 80%. He's not getting hurt by normals. Super attacks, when he's got 35k defense, super attacks hurt. So I think even if we got supered by this STR unit where we have type advantage on our side, we would still take over 100k easy, just because our defense is so low. This definitely feels like a much smoother run than what Fusion's was. I haven't felt like I've been pressed into using an item yet. But if this was Fusion's, I 100%, I think I did need to use an item at this point with Fusion. Whereas with Potara, it's just easy. There's a lot more defensive units that we could bring that on Fusion you're just lacking. 1.1 mil attack stat there. Impressive. But then it's these little counters. So they're not going to do much damage there. But then, I suppose 500k damage I'll still take. But the counter, 750k. It's not... I thought it would be more noticeable than it was. It really wasn't much of an increase. From 500k to 750k. It's not much, but it's just extra, isn't it? Should be fine this turn. Kefla's going to get way more than the 6 orbs that she needs to get her extra 60% attack. I'm thinking it might be it this turn, depending on how we do with crits and that kind of thing. Okay, I did forget that this UI Goku dodges as well. 10% chance to dodge, I believe, and he dodged 2 back to back. Yeah. We're at the point with Kale and Caulifla that they are taking double digits from Super. They are monstrous. I'll go and do a defense check for them when we get these guys back on rotation. So, maybe not this turn, but next turn we should be good. Again, a double super from Kefla, though. And a dodge. 2 dodges. This Kefla's pretty good post-Easy A. Okay. Perfect. So we've been able to get through all this without Vegito Blue really taking a hit. Which is how we like it. I realise I probably jinxed it now, and we're going to get supered for 300k. Or something stupid like that. Why is he dodging everything now? He would have been dead. I don't think he'll be dead now. Oh no, the crit. The crit helps. The crit 100% helped. Okay, so now we're on to Int UI. Let's have a quick defense check for the girls. Only 427k defense. Only, not much. And the good thing is, where we've got that much deep defense, all it needs is a couple of orbs. All it needs is a couple of same type orbs, and we get massive heals. Like 1 or 2 orbs would heal like 50, 60k minimum. That's just the good thing about having defensive units, where you just don't have that on fusions. You don't have anyone that's going to hit a 300k defense figure for you. At least not yet. How much is this doing? So Kefla has been stacking defense, and we have type advantage. Shouldn't be crazy damage. Double digits. I was thinking double digits, but I was like, nah, maybe. A 4.7 mil attack here from the girls as well. It's not going to do much because we've got type disadvantage. 4.8 now. Like, I get this is a long event, but still, like, they're putting up some impressive figures. Like, if this was the Vegeta event and we were against an AGL enemy in the last phase now, they would be doing so much damage. And again, I think Michael and Khalifa are only 55% as well. So they could be... I could have a dupe or two. They could be doing treble supers. So look at all those nice attacks in that first slot. Let's go and throw physical Vegito Blue there. We're going to get a lot of counters there. A lot of counters. So yeah, taking a little bit of damage, but it's just because we're getting attacked before we've attacked. I'd say that all the normals after we attack, they're going to be double digits. Pretty easy. So this Vegito greatly raises attack and defense on his super. So every one of these supers, he's gaining 50% defense. So there we go, double digits now. But you'll see his counters are now doing more damage as well because we've got a couple of greatly raised attacks. So after, 1 or 2 turns, we've gotten half his health down from this Goku. That's not doing massive amounts. 127, we've got 600k health. We'll take 127k all day. We will eat that up and ask for more, please. We will go full Oliver Twist. If you get that reference, you're probably old like me. If you don't, then you need to read Oliver Twist. Okay, can't get all the physical orbs we need to unlock all of Kefla's passive there. It's not the end of the world. I don't think it will win this turn. I think next turn, I think it'll be counters as well. 1.35, so not mad attack stats, but we didn't get any physical orbs really with her. So if we get more physical orbs, she does more damage. So that's a double super. Could have got a treble there, potentially. 5 mil now with these girls. Like, they're still doing good damage without type advantage. Like, with type disadvantage, they're taking away half the health bar per attack. Like, they are looking better than some of these LRs that I have on this team. Where are the attacks lying? Oh, go on. We'll throw in this gem. You know what? Where we've got all those attacks coming in that first slot as well, I think I will throw this Vegito into slot 1. He'll do a lot more damage than the physical one, even though he doesn't have type advantage. Just where he's an LR, critting, well, LR countering, and I've gone full crit on him as well. Let's go and have a look. So he raises attack and defense, so he'll do more damage on his counters after he's attacked, because he'll be raising his attack. Attack and defense plus 150 and medium chance of performing a crit. Counters normal attacks with tremendous power. And we've got 20 crit on him. 20. Damn. He will take a lot of damage. So we can see where we've just supered as well. That we are going to get supered in that slot. I'm going to throw a Whis and probably an Icarus. Probably don't need to throw down both, but again, this isn't a no item. I could well have no itemed it, but I just want to show you guys just how much offensive power that this STR Vegito has when you can get the transformation and you're getting a hit with a couple of normals. Like, I'm fully expecting Vegito to finish this UI on his own. But he gets slapped. He takes a lot of damage. So double digits there, but that did take a Whis and an Icarus. So look at that crit. That crit was 1.3 mils worth of damage. Like, yeah, he's going to finish it. He's going to finish it. 5.3 mil attack stat for the GG. Oh, damn. Oh, he held on, and then we got the additional, you know, just to get it over the line, just to make sure. I honestly thought that the first super, the Ultra Super, was going to do the job. But yeah, that's POTARA, guys, there. So if I still had the mission to do, that would have been another 5 stones and 5 tickets for the Goku banner. I will just quickly go back into my team selection that I can show you the units that I could have brought, and maybe a bit of reasoning as to why I didn't. So I wouldn't bring LR, Zamasu, and Rose. They've got type disadvantage, and they just don't get defense. Like, it takes them too long to get what precious defense they can get off of their super. So I think they get like 30% defense for 6 turns, for 3 turns. And it takes too long to get them defense. And especially with type disadvantage on that last stage, it's the same thing. Like, you just wouldn't bring them. STR Vegito Blue, I would happily bring him. I have brought him into like Extreme Super, not Extreme Super Battle. I've taken him into like the GT Goku event and the Vegeta event, which are much harder now. And because he stacks attack and defense on his 12 key, he holds his own. This guy, trash. even though he was the first easy ALR, trash. You could probably bring AGL Rose. He greatly raises defense for 1 turn. He takes a little bit of build-up, but he's mainly kind of there to buff your extreme allies. And as you've seen from the team that I used, you don't really have many of them. Super Saiyan 4 Zeno Vegito. Happily would have brought this guy in. He just wouldn't have linked too well with the team that I brought. So even though it's Vegitos, I think I just had better options. And that's the only reason why I didn't bring him. I would have felt comfortable bringing him in. Int Goku Black. Again, takes too long to build up. Like, he's really fiddly to get him to transform so he can start stacking his defense. They're really like the main units I'd mention. I've got LR Rose here, who I still need to go and farm medals for. Again, he's quite vulnerable defensively. But yeah, guys, that's my box. Try not to judge me too much for the state of my box. I know I've got a few units there that I need to put some resources into. But yeah, guys, as I say, that's POTARA done against the OG Goku event. If you hadn't have done that before and you've just tried to do it now, I've gone through some of the units, and as I say, it's an easy 5 stones, easy 5 tickets. If you've liked the content, I hope I've been able to help someone out there. By all means, like, follow, or sub. I'm streaming quite constantly on Twitch under Barbertown as well, so feel free to check that out. We do also have a thriving Discord, where we are helping people with difficult content, whether people are flexing their summons, or whether they need help with things like chain battle and that kind of thing as well. So if that applies to you, by all means, reach out. I'll happily send you the Discord. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you in the next video, and thanks for tuning in.